Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here from Iowa. It is time for the North American iRacing League, otherwise known as NAIL, and you will see the logo pop up here in just a few moments as we get set to go tonight live from Iowa. A new series taking place here on Trackside Racing Network. Hope everybody's ready as I am. Been looking forward to this one since we first got word that we would be covering it, and tonight, of course, Iowa Speedway, and a little bit bigger of a track for the late models, but it's going to be fun. But it gets a little wild because tonight is Iowa. Next week's when we get back to the shorter top tracks. This is a little bit bigger track than what we're usually used to seeing in these cars, but it makes things fun. For us, it is Iowa here tonight. Martinsville next week. Myrtle Beach on August 28th. By the way, Myrtle Beach is actually closing its doors, I've seen today, which is kind of sad. New Smyrna, USA International, and Lanier. Starting on September 18th. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's September 4th, 11th, and 18th. Don't quote me. It could be like a playoff type race. I see this in different colors compared to all the other races, but still looking forward to it. All nighttime races. Of course, next week when we go to Martinsville, it will be a daytime race for 75 laps. I think that might be changed to 100, but we'll have to wait and see. Either way, looking forward to tonight's race. It's going to be a fun one here, and 125 laps at Martinsville next week. So there we go. Practice is underway right now. We got some pretty good drivers, about 12 drivers in here. Shannon Wilder on top of the board in the number 10 with Common Church, and Jason Warren in the 32. I believe Jason actually has a EOL penalty at the start of this race, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I've been told, so we'll have to wait and see. Once again, kind of new to the series, so it's going to take us a little bit of time to learn everything. Here for us anyway. We'll be covering these guys for the next 6 weeks, so looking forward to that. And we are live on Facebook and on YouTube. It's just me tonight in the booth. Derek Pemberton not here. He's actually coaching, or I'm sorry, being a referee at a football game, so that's his other job that he does. So he's going to be doing that here tonight, and might be able to get him in the booth next week. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, got about a minute and 50 seconds here remaining in practice. Of course, Iowa Speedway. This place shouldn't really be too bad on the tire situation here. That's one thing I've been looking at. Although they're carrying quite a bit of speed, it's not as fast as what we would normally go, like in the upper, NASCAR top stuff. But still a lot of speed carrying. Tires may not be an issue. It could become an issue over the long run, which I do expect us to get pretty good long runs since these cars are pretty good spaced out. Or it can get spaced out here, but that's where the racing gets fun. Let me make sure I have no comments and all that good stuff. Last week, I was actually just looking at it a moment ago. I have to bring it up again. I will get the winner from last week because, once again, we're still kind of new to this entire series. So we'll grab that up to you guys and I will let you know. All right, here we go. Like I said, next week, these guys will be at Martinsville. Last week, these guys was at South Boston for 125 laps, and it was Ryan Walters actually picked up the win. Did not lead every lap. Only led one lap in that race, and it was the last lap that mattered, and he picked up the win. Congratulations to him. The one with the most laps led last week was Jason Warren. He finished 7th. He led 73 laps. Nicholas O'Lon, who I'm not sure if he's here right now, led 43 in that race. So we'll have to wait and see. Looking right, and Nicholas is actually here. So we'll go ahead and hop over to our big screen and get set to go here. And, yeah, we're ready to kick this one off. Here from Iowa. Once again, you're watching the North American iRacing League Short Track Super Series as we get set to go qualifying. See some of the cars here on the pit road ready to kick this one off, and we'll show you all the cars and all that good stuff here in just a little bit. As qualifying gets set to go here from Iowa Speedway. And we're going to hop straight down to it. Whoever rolls off first is who we will watch first. And let's see, it will be Brandon Roberts. And the number 82 car. Let's take a look at his car real quick while he rolls out. Really like that. We'll see what he can do in that number 82. Save the Children car. Out of turn 4, coming to take the green flag. Of course, Iowa Speedway. You're going to run this track a little bit different in each turn. You're going to see it right here. Going to get to the middle, or at least the bottom groove. Middle would be just as good. Bottom's preferred, I would say, in this class. And then turn 3, you can see right here, you're running more of the middle groove than you are the extremely low bottom. Out of turn 4, going to be our first lap put down. Brandon Roberts going to put down a 23, I believe it was, 22.308. Logan Sturgeon goes to the top of the board. We'll hop back here a little bit and qualifying. Shannon Wilder goes to the top of the board. 22.054 and that number 10. Nicholas Olon coming out of turn 4. Let's see what he can do. Coming to the start-finish line. And good enough for 7th place there with a 22.486. Sorry. Jason Warren out on track at number 32. Let's see if he can improve. Currently 2nd. But if I remember correctly, I believe he will get an EOL to start this race. But we'll see if he's good enough to get that first pit stall, which is always a big thing. Does not improve on that second lap. Jeffrey, 22.418, good enough for P7 in that number 1 car coming out of turn 4. Or turn 2, I apologize. I'm in turn 3 and 4 this time. 10 cars have put down a qualifying lap at the moment. I think we got a couple more about ready to head out, and we do. It's Aaron heading out, and I will not butcher his name. I think it's Ben Roth, I believe, but I don't want to butcher it too much, so I'll have to confirm that. But Church is the number 22 car. Starting his lap. And down into turn 1 in that number 22 car. And you see what kind of paint scheme he's running. That's a good looking car. I like that. And we'll check back in with Aaron here in just a moment as we watch Church coming out of turn 3 and 4. We'll see what kind of lap he does. Needs to be the 22.054 from Shannon Wilder. Will he do it this time? He does not. Yes, he does. Goes to the top of the board. Actually ties. How about that? Aaron crosses the start finish line. Will he jump up? He will start his green flag lap here, but Church was at top of the board. Identical lap times between him and Shannon Wilder. That's pretty impressive. Robert Warren's also rolling out onto the track. Here comes Aaron to the start-finish line. Pretty good lap. Not too bad. It could have definitely been better, but good enough for a P5. Yeah, not bad at all. 22.249. Here's Robert Warren in the number 95. Snap-on, I believe. Yep, Snap-on. Crosses the start-finish line. He's going to be starting his green flag lap this time. 1 minute and 20 seconds left in qualifying, so he's got time to finish both of these laps. Oh, new fastest lap, a 65. Jump to, I don't know why I just popped that up. We already knew that. Oh, no, we did not actually. Aaron with a new best lap, a 22.054. Wow, right there. Here he comes to the start-finish line. Robert right now good enough for P5. Crossing the start-finish line, looking to improve. Does not. He stays P5. So that's going to end qualifying. And Aaron in that 65 car will be your pole sitter here to start this race out tonight. Let me know in the chat, by the way, who you guys are pulling for. Do you have a favorite? Is there a guy I should be watching or not? Oh, you're welcome, Church. Good luck in the race. And I got to get your first name to actually know how to pronounce it right. But I appreciate it, man. Not a problem. Put on a good show for me. I'll be happy. All right, here we go. Let's get this one set. As the grid is set for tonight's race, we're going to show you right here in just a second what the qualifying order will look like. As we get set to roll from Iowa, and here's a look at your grid. Aaron is going to be starting up front, with Church going to be rolled off second. Shannon Wilder will be rolling off third. Jason Warren, keep in mind, maybe getting an EOL. I think he will. Robert Warren's Logan Sturgeon, Ken Leap, Brandon Roberts going to be rolling off in eighth. And then back in row 4, here's row 5, Jeffrey Blotz and Chud Basket. Row 5, Nicholas Alon, Ryan Walters, and Bradley Miracle will roll off in the 7th row. So, ready to go. Pretty good field here tonight. 13 cars, not bad. Ready to roll this one off. To get this one underway as we will jump up to the front of the field. And there's a look at your pole sitter car tonight. I like that. That's nice. That's a really nice paint scheme, not going to lie. Pretty cool. That 22 looks good too. Just to look at some of your paint schemes here. And we'll wait before we go through all of them. I want to make sure we do not go green this time. I can't remember if it's 1 or 2 laps around. I think it's 2 laps, but I have to make sure the pace car does not drop in. And it does not. So we are going to have to take one more trip around. Now we can get a look here. As you see the 22 church right beside him. There's that look at that number 22 car. I was talking about how nice that paint scheme actually is. You see that? And then we got the number 10. Going to be starting right there with Shannon Wilder right there. And then, of course, the 26 will be starting right beside him, Logan Sturgeon. And that Big Fish Motorsports. Followed by the number 95, Snap-on driver. The 04 is going to get moved up. Chud Basket with a 5 car of Ken Leap. I'm not sure who that is actually beside him. I apologize who that actually is. Couple EOL cars here. There's the 7 back there. We'll try to get more looks at these cars here soon once the grid actually sorts itself out here. Ready to go green flag racing here at Iowa Speedway. The North American iRacing League ready to kick off. As you see some of the EOL cars on the bottom, that's why they're not double filed all the way back through there. There goes the pace car dropping to the left. Green flag set to wave here from Iowa Speedway. Pace car is in. The green flag is out in the air. 100 laps here from Iowa. Well, a little bit of wheel spin possibly towards the back. Not sure, but either way, Aaron right now going to be able to take the lead down into turn 1. He's going to clear that 22 car at the exit of turn 2. Not for long. King Country Church looking to the inside down the backstretch. Here from Iowa down into turn 3. Very high-speed corners for these cars. So that's one thing these guys have to get a little bit used to, using the apron a little bit to rotate the car. First lap led here of the night will go to the 65. He leads that. That's where current battle is going to lie between these top 3 cars now. As you see the 10 of Shannon Wilder involved now with these guys. Good battle right now up front for the lead. Working out of turn 4. 22 still rolling at low side. Out of turn 4 this time. And this time close at the line. Think it went to the 22, but I'm not sure. Shannon Wilder, never mind. Jeffrey Blotz with the new fastest lap. 22.986. One thing we like to do here, guys, on TRN. We got our 360 cam. Nice to see that right there. We like doing that a lot. And we hope you guys enjoyed that too. Pretty cool. That outside lane right now in 3 and 4 is going to be a big thing to really work with. And it's also going to help save tires as Jason Warren puts down the new fastest lap of the 918. Jason back in 10th. We'll go back there through the field here in just a moment. Still watching a great battle up front. Watch the 65 out of the corner. He's using that high line momentum, and he is going to be able to take the lead this time officially. A little bit further back. Here we go. Jason Warren right here. Nicholas Olona and Ryan Walters was battling just a moment ago. Ryan in that number 93 car. Looking to the inside is the 69 Nicholas Olona trying to take away the 8th position. Up out of turn 4, single file pretty much everywhere in front of him right now. This is the only battle we have right now on the racetrack. And you see right there, Ryan or Nicholas Olona going to be able to take that spot away. Watch for a crossover down the backstretch. May have a look inside. Jason Warren has to do a big move not to get into the back of Ryan Walters. There's a little bit of a check up and kind of separated them just for a moment. Still up front. Battle once again for this lead. 22. Church going to back after Aaron here in that 69. Not going to be able to get there. I feel like we're going to have to see some of these guys run that high line through 3 and 4 to really get a momentum swing down into turn 1. We'll have to wait and see if anybody does make that adjustment. We seen this 65 do a really good job of it a few moments ago. Down the back stretch, they go single file right now, all the way through the field. As soon as I say that, well, they was single file. They are back to single file now. Jason Warren, by the way, was able to get around Ryan Watkins for the 9th spot. He moves himself into the top 10. This is one of them races, like I was saying in the pre-race, we could go a lone green flag run here. So it's going to be interesting who can save the tires over the course of that green flag run. We may look at an entirely different field of how they run right now, depending, tire saves and all that good stuff. You guys want to hop on board, get a ride around Iowa Speedway? We're going to do it right now with the person in front in second place. Church right now down the front stretch into turn 1. So he kind of working the wheel just a little bit. Trying to do a good job right on that yellow line. Doing a really nice job in turn 1 and 2. Really able to keep it steady as he works into 3 and 4. A little bit higher of a line that you run. Not much. See the 65 changing his lineup entirely that time in 3 and 4. Here we go. Battle for third. The 95. Robert Warren's looking to the inside. Not going to be able to take place right now. Jason Warren gets around Nicholas Olong. Olong falls back to P number 9 now. Warren moves up to 8th. I want to mention Brandon Roberts. He has, I'm not going to lap down, but you see him right there. He doesn't have an issue, but he was actually on pit road. I'm not sure if he started on pit lane or had a maybe come down pit lane for a penalty or something, which could have been a big thing. I mean, it's definitely possible. Once again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here on Trackside Racing Network. We are so happy to bring the races back to you here once again. Kind of rejuvenated me a little bit to start calling some more of these races once again, which is awesome. Here comes the 22. We're going to try to interview a lot of these guys at the end of the race, or at least our top 3, hopefully, as you get a look in the car from our second place driver trying to run down that first place. And you see Aaron's doing a really nice job through 3 and 4. That's where he's really defending that position, using that middle lane. And you can see it right here. You'll start seeing that gap grow just a little bit. Right there it is. But then Church kind of closes it back up here into 1 and 2. We'll see if there's a different approach here in 3 and 4 next time by for the second place driver. They are catching Brandon Roberts, who does not want to go a lap down. But luckily, it's still a short track, and there's still a long ways to go. You never know what could happen. A little bit further back, once again, Jason Warren, after having an EOL, leading the most laps last week. We're kind of keeping an eye on him in that number 32 car as he closes in on the 1 of Jeffrey Blow. Jeffrey really fast as well a few moments ago. By the way, I want to mention, while that's going on, the 95 of Robert Warren is going to put a pass on. Maybe. Maybe not. He does not. Shannon Wilder able to hold that position on P3 for now. You see the 5 looking on. That's Ken Leap right here behind him. Great view right here as you look out on top of the roof cam. So you can see that outside line, what I was talking about, just using the momentum from the outside line, able to keep that momentum just rolling on that top side. Want to mention Brandon Roberts right now is unfortunately 1 lap down. He just got passed by the leaders. So he needs a little bit of a break. Already coming to lap 21 here. I mean, this race ticks by. When you're putting down 23-second laps, you don't take time at all to put down some of these laps here. Looking around the racetrack right now, everybody pretty much single file everywhere that we can see. Besides, right here, Shannon Wilder still doing a good job defending that. Now, this is the thing about Iowa. On these older tires, you basically have to kind of, in a way, treat it like a dirt race in a way. Like, you're not necessarily going to slide people, but you got to use that high line of momentum through 3 and 4, especially to set up the pass down in 1 and 2. You got to stay side by side with them all the way down the front stretch, and then basically send it in and then slide it up in front. And you'll see the 95 right here of Robert Warren's get a big run off turn 4. And you can see the momentum now. Is he going to be able to get side by side? He's going to look to the outside. He needs to do that again. I don't know if he's going to be able to carry the momentum through 1 and 2 like you would on 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is a little bit better on the high side. It's a lot more smoother. 1 and 2 is really bumpy on the high side. You see the 10 moving up, and that's exactly what Iowa is. It does move up lanes. It's a multi-groove track for the most part, but it tends to go up towards the higher side of the racetrack. Not super high by any means, but it does go up higher a little bit throughout the corners. That goes for any series that runs here. It don't matter if it's this series, the Cup Series, the trucks. It does not matter. Now, if the 95, the 10 should be able to defend this, but if the 95 can stay even up with the 10 down the straightaway, and you see it right there, not going to be able to, he had a chance to make the pass in 1, but like I said, it's all about carrying the momentum around on that high side. And if somebody's close enough to you, like the 5 is of Ken Leap, he's going to be able to take advantage of that. Jason Warren and Jeffrey Bolts. Jason with a slide job, almost getting into the side of the 1, but does complete the pass, moving him up to 7th. Back up to where we was a moment ago, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. This is the best battle right now on the track. 95 once again trying to send it in. It depends. He needs to push it. 10's going to go wide. He's going to be able to complete the pass. I think he was worried maybe about making contact with the 95, but there you go. Robert Warren moves into P3 now. And all that did was bring Logan Sturgeon a little bit closer to these 3 guys while they was battling. And we got a power battle up front for the lead once again. Coming to lap 29 this time by, as you see our race lead. They're catching Bradley Miracle. Now, that is not what Brandon Roberts wants. He does not want another lap car on the racetrack. This is one of the big things with short track racing you have to deal with is lap traffic. If you're these race leaders, they tend to race their leaders a little bit harder than they would somebody back in 3rd and 4th. So this is a good opportunity for Robert and Ken Wilder, by the way, who got to pass around Shannon Wilder. But it's a good opportunity for them guys to try to close this gap in if the lap car decides to battle them. Most of the time here on iRacing, they usually don't do that too much. But there are some guys that makes it extremely tough to pass. Church looking to the inside. He's got to keep his momentum all the way through this corner. Down the backstretch. Will he be able to stay side by side? No. I want to mention Brandon Roberts now 4 laps down. He has been on pit road. It has left pit road. That's the 38 of Bradley Miracle right in front of him. And he's just going to go to the high side and let these guys battle. They're going to catch him at an awkward exit. And he does a good job of not interfering with that. Here we go. Battle for first. Once again, these guys are going to go back and forth quite a bit like this. Until that 22, I still think you, in my personal opinion, you have to use that high line to be able to really complete these passes. Not all the time, but most of the time. Logan Sturgeon and Shannon Wilder. Wilder are going to go to the 2nd lane and once again going to have the momentum out. And this is not going to be the case next week when these guys go to Martinsville. It's going to be a low-line track, which I will say, just saying, that middle lane of that track could come in if you run it correctly, but it takes a long time, and you got to have a lot of people running it. So next week's primarily a bottom-line track, unlike tonight where it's a middle lane groove. That's what makes Iowa so fun. Is basically, it's basically kind of like a chess match. You have to put your car in the right position at the right time, and if not, you're not making that pass. Like, it's just not going to happen. You can see it right there with Shannon able to hold off and defend that 5th spot for now. And, I mean, you can just see how tough it is to put a pass on this place. Here we go. Now, here's a good opportunity here for the 26. Not going to be able to get there yet, but he ran a little bit higher line. Shannon went up a little high, so the 26 and Logan Sturgeon went up a higher line as well. Trying to use the momentum, but wasn't able to complete that. Jason Warren still in 7th, watching these two guys right in front of him. We jump back up to our race leader, who is once again working on Ryan Walters now in lap traffic. You see that 93. This is an opportunity here for the 22. He's going to use that middle lane. Great opportunity here for him. As long as it all depends on this lap car. It's a weird time. Basically use it as a pick, and there you go. New lead change. Church goes to the point, using that high lane. Now this could happen once again. 65 could do the same. And once again, the 93 is doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He's running the outside lane. But he does not want to give this up as well. I mean, you don't want to turn over for the leaders when you're only, trying to defend your position here and trying not to go a lap down or try to stay only one lap down. And right there, he's just going to get out of the way as he smacks the wall coming out of turn 2. That actually scared me, I'm not going to lie. Oh, the 69 getting loose. And that's going to open the door for Jason Warren to take away the 7th position. I think he actually lost that spot and he just got it back just now. I'm curious if we'll even stop for tires on this race. That's one of the things that's really got me curious about it. Here we go. Logan Sturgeon once again look to the inside. I don't know if he's going to be able to make the pass. Now the 10 does go really wide. Here's the opportunity for a slide job. There it is. Now what Logan needs to do here in 3 and 4, if there's a chance at a crossover, and it don't look like there's going to be, run that middle groove, and that's what he's going to do anyway. He goes a little bit wider in 3 and 4. It's going to open up the opportunity for Shannon. Pit road open. Jason Warren is on pit lane. Now, I don't know if that's scheduled. He does got damage. There was somebody else there. Jeffrey Bolts was on pit lane too. You see him in that Batman Forever McDonald's car. Back up front. Watching a good battle right now for the top spot. Also, Basket on pit road misses his pit box, has to back up in that 04. And that's something he's going to get used to. He's not to call people out, he's a lower class in iRace. He's a D class, so you don't pit as often as what you would up in a C class or something like that. So he'll get used to that as time goes on. He'll be fine. But we are starting to see some lap down cars starting to be a factor. We got already a few cars on pit road. It looks like Basket may have had a penalty entering pit road as well. I said Basket, I meant Bassett, I'm sorry. Up front for the lead. Church going to be able to hold it for now. Aaron's still working out high line, and that's exactly what he needs to do, which is exactly what Church is doing too. Here comes the 65. The back end stepped out just a little bit. Definitely not going to be able to make up the ground just yet. And we're still waiting to see if there's going to be any more pit stops under green flag here from Iowa. It's the first league race that we have broadcasted for these guys. I'm not going to lie. Pretty impressed. What more can you say? It's a great Friday night race. And, I mean, wait till next week when we get a Martinsville Friday night short track, a legit short track. It's going to be some good stuff. See that 04 there on the bottom. He is a lap down, so he's not going to put up much of a fight here with these guys. What happened up here? Side by side for the lead. And a 65 trying to, not able to. Now, if he's got a chance here down the straightaway, I don't think he's going to be able to. But you kind of seen it. He drove it in really deep, and that's really how you need to drive it. You have to get side by side if you're going to run the low line to try to put a pass on these leaders. You have to stay side by side all the way to the next corner. So it's all about setting it up. Like I was talking about earlier, run the middle of the high lane. Hopefully a little bit better than the guy in front of you is. That's going to be your run coming off the corner. And then get beside them down the straightaways. And then send it into turn 1 or 3 and then slide up in front. That's a great way to make a pass on them. And you should be able to defend that spot using a high line on the next lap or on the next corner. So that's just Iowa. The 65 is going to try it here once again on the low line. Once again, if he does do this on the low line by himself, he's going to have to stay side by side with him all the way down the straightaway. And he's not going to be able to with that momentum right now. Once again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here and watching tonight's race. Very much appreciated. Make sure you guys hit that follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps out every league. It helps them get more views and all that good stuff. It pops up in recommended if you're over watching on Facebook or YouTube. Here we go. That one car, by the way, is on fresher tires, so keep that in mind. That's why you're seeing such a big difference. Shannon Wilder going to go really wide. Nicholas O'Long going to be able to take that spot away. Right now we are top 7 are on the lead lap at the moment. Trying to see if there's a little bit of damage on that 22 car. Cannot tell. Yeah, there's a little bit there. Not hurting him by any means. I'm just curious, will these guys actually have to hit pit road at least one time? I would think so, but I'm not sure. What's going on back here? The 10 car, Shannon Wilder bringing the pit road. That is a lead lap car. So, that's not all. It looks like Ryan. Who else is that? Brandon Roberts bringing the car to pit road. So possibly seeing some lead lap cars coming to pit road. That may have to open the door for other guys to bring it to pit road. I think if a couple more guys come down pit lane, we may see these leaders hit pit road. We're going to see it right here. I lied. Oh, church, slow it down. There we go. Oh, no. 65 smacks the wall at the back end. Did he get damage? He'll be all right. To be honest, he didn't get a penalty for that, though. That's impressive. Oh, we got one car going around. That's the 5 car in the back. Ken Leap goes around. He's not going to get a penalty for this just because he did not cross the line, I don't think. So it should not be a penalty. So green flag pit stop's underway. There's the race off pit road, or coming to the race off pit road, should I say. So 4 tire stop, of course, in the super lates and late models and all that good stuff. It takes a little bit longer to change all 4 tires. So right now, Ryan Walters has taken the lead. And we'll see for how long he stays out. And see, I think this is going to pretty much bring everybody. Watching these two, there's the 65 down the way. Aaron with a little bit faster pit time, and I'm looking, 3 seconds difference on pit road between the 65 and 22. And here comes Aaron Walters on pit road. So all this is going to cycle around. These guys are going to feel like they're on Superman tires right now compared to what they just ran. And this will be enough to get them to the end. May space them out here just for a little bit. Walter's still on pit road. We'll see where he drops back to. This is Jason Warren. He's trying to run down Jeffrey Blowitz, who's in third. Both have equally tires, and you see the one car right there in front of him. I think Bradley Miracle might have had a pit road penalty as well, same as Brandon Roberts last time they was on pit road. And a 5 may have one too. He's a little slow. I think he's coming back down pit lane. Remember where he spun. Looks like he is coming back down pit lane. Closest battle we got right here for the third position. Jason Warren trying to run down Jeffrey Blowitz here in the one car. Robert Warren is just now in pit lane as well. I'm not sure what happened. I believe there are some penalties that have been pushed out here. Here's the pass for third. Jason Warren takes that away from that number one car. Logan Sturgeon is going to be fifth place. He's going to try to run out Jeffrey. He's way up here. Have to wait and see. The big difference in tires between them two right now. As everything starts to get a little spaced out here from Iowa Speedway. Church still trying to run down Aaron in that 65. Off turn 2. You can see the difference right here between first and second. That's not second. Right there, second place going underneath the 10 car. Trying to get around the 10 car, that is. You can see a pretty big gap right now. 1.3 seconds, the gap between first and second. A little bit of racing going on here. Lap cars involved. The 95 that you see, and I believe that is Brandon in the 82. Unfortunately, few I found. So far, caution free already here on lap. Coming to 67 for our race lead. Looking at lap times. This time, Aaron's going to run a 22.923. Church ran a 23.017. There we go. We'll just show you right here on the screen. There you go. Yep, I'm sorry, hit the wrong button. There you go. Look at the previous laps. $23.012 that time compared to Church's 23.013. Pretty consistent lap times right there for Church right now in the 22. But Aaron's doing some really good jobs of putting in some fast times. Once again, we'll try to interview our top 3. Hopefully they'll all be in Discord. We'll have to wait and see. Right now we still watch Aaron put down some lap times. Let's hop on board. Get a ride around here with him. He is coming up on a lap car. That's the 69, unfortunately. Even though he's 6th place right now, Nicholas alone, not a lap down right now. So, not doing a horrible job by any means. Guys, tomorrow night, we will be live over, well, it'll be a little bit of a late race tomorrow night. Around 11 o'clock, we'll be live here on TRN for the WOS CRL Series. It's going to be a fun one. We will be live, I think we're going to be at Darlington tomorrow night. Sunday night, we'll be live once again for the American Sim Racing Week. It'll be a fun one as well. Looking forward to the Rolex 24 laps at Daytona. Road racing. That's going to be fun. And then we'll start the new week off on Monday with the iRacing East Series. Looking at the lap times, Aaron's slowly starting to pull away here from second place of Church right now. 1.8 second gap between first and second. Not having the pressure on him now. He is coming up on lap traffic, which really could affect the way this goes. As he works through turns 1 and 2. Do not be surprised if we see that lap time slowly shrink here just a little bit. Jeffrey Bloltz, I believe, is coming down pit lane, or has had an issue. No, he is coming down pit lane. You can see right here the 65 trying his best to get around. The 69, or I'm sorry, the 95 car, or not the 95, I apologize. The 93 car of Ryan Walters. And he was able to get around him. Jason Warren coming up pit lane. So what I'm seeing, this is actually scheduled because they pitted way before these leaders did. I'm not super surprised by this. I think it's Kyranan. Is that how you say his name? Kyranan? I'm butchered, I know, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just not sure. Tennessee, you know, we have that problem. Come to lap 79. As you see our leader battling some lap traffic. That is what Church wants to see. As we work out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Caution free so far. And tonight's debut for this series on the Trackside Racing Network. So, hey, putting on a good show. So cannot debate that by any means. You see Logan Sturgeon coming down pit lane, trying to figure out if that was scheduled or not. Right now, the only 2 cars on the lead lap is your leaders. So how about that? That's kind of crazy. You don't see that very often. As Nicholas Alone goes 1 lap down. Have to wait and see where all this shapes up at here if we have to hit pit road. Like I said, I don't think we got to hit pit road anymore. To be honest, that's why I'm kind of surprised to see some of these guys on pit lane. Maybe we do, though. Once again, next week we will be live from Martinsville, the paperclip up in Virginia. That's going to be a fun one, as these guys try to go there. That's going to be a good race. A lot smaller track, that's for sure. So it's going to be non-stop action. As we cross the start-finish line here for the 83rd time, we will begin the 84th lap here at Iowa. Still looking around the racetrack. Not a whole lot going on. Pretty good stuff right here that is for position is Logan Sturgeon. He was battling Jeffrey. Just got around him. As you see, Nicholas O'Long working out of turn 4. Doing a good job, though. Shannon Wilder running in P4. Right behind Nicholas. Still got a little ways to go before catch them, but either way. At this rate that we're going, I don't know if anybody's going to be able to catch Aaron here as he is in lap traffic working behind Ken Leap, who had that issue on pit lane. Unfortunate for him, but here we go, working off turn 2. He's trying not to go another lap down. Just looking through the field, trying to find us a good position battle right now. Let's get everybody pretty much spaced out here. Watch our leader here for a few more laps. She works out of turn 4. Want to thank a sponsor for the Trackside Racing Network, Todd's Gaming Page. Check him out on Facebook. Our sponsor here at TRN, as well as the Badass Customs, make paints for a good price. We thank them for that as well. I'm sure the 65 kind of, oh, that's what it was. But I think he had trouble. Somebody blinked right there. That's the 04. Chud Bassett, and had some trouble seeing him. I believe that's why he slowed down a little bit. Unfortunately for Church, he's got a lot of lap traffic right here in front of him. And he's not going to be able to close up the gap unless we have a yellow, I don't think, which you never know what's possible at a place like this. Brandon Roberts not having the greatest night here tonight, unfortunately. Still like the paint scheme, though. That 82 car. Coming to lap 93. And our leader really has been having some trouble getting around Ken Leap. Which Ken's got a little bit fresher tires, but able to run that high line. Like we talked about earlier, that's paid big dividends, so no matter where you are. Working out of turn 2. Lap 95 this time by. 5 laps to go here from Iowa. Ryan Walters running around in P5 right now. Shannon Wilder, Nicholas O'Lon. Church still second. But we are coming to 3 laps to go here for our race leader, Aaron, who has been really good. Oh, no, we did not. We just got our first yellow. Oh, the 04. And Aaron's, oh, my goodness. Here's what happened. Something happened down here in turn 1. I'll be honest, not sure what happened. That's weird. Let's see. On cockpit. Yeah. Well, that's what happened. Chad Bassett not having a good night. Puts it in the wall, unfortunately. And the leaders, man, if I'm second, I'm pitting. Yeah. I hate to say it, but Aaron may have just got left out in the drain. Unfortunately, he's going to be able to pit, or Church is going to be able to pit. Aaron really couldn't pit. If I was Aaron, I probably would have pitted anyway. I mean, he definitely could have still pitted and been at least second on fresh tires, maybe even first. So we're going to watch here as we work out of turn number 4 this time. And we're going to have a green-white checker late in this race. Oh, boy. No cautions the entire race until right there. A big break there for Church. Unfortunately, not so much for Aaron. I don't see how he's going to be able to hold off that 22. Oh my, I don't know. We'll see how this works out. Nicholas O'Lon is going to be second. He does not have fresh tires, but he will be back on the lead lap. Unfortunately for him, he's going to be, I believe, back here at the end of the longest line. That's going to update here in just a moment. And I believe the 22 will get past all these cars, and he will go up to second and will be starting beside Aaron. If I'm not mistaken. We got to take one more trip around. Once again, guys, you will see these guys next week back here on Friday night in action. We got these guys for 6 more weeks, 5 after tonight. You'll see these guys back in action. Can't wait to see them back at Martinsville. We will be with them from the paperclip, and it's going to make things wild and fun. Tomorrow night we'll be live once again, like I mentioned, for the WOS CRL Throwback Series. Live from Darlington. Do not want to miss that. That's going to be a blast. That's going to be a very interesting race in that car. But here we go. We got a green-white checkered attempt here at Iowa Speedway. Once again, if you do not know how it works, if a caution comes out, we will set it up and do it again. If the white flag comes out, race is official. Keith Durst says, let's go. And am I butchering his name when I say Kyron? Or Kyron? Not Moon, but Kyron? Is that how you say his name? I know that's not how you say his name, and I apologize so much to him. I'll have to figure it out. I'll ask you. Or is it Kiernan? It might be Kiernan. I think that's right. Anyway, let's find out. Fresh tires versus old tires. Fresh tires usually pays off, but what will happen? 65, down and away. Aaron with a great jump. That's a big start. He needed that. That's one thing. That's about the only thing he could do to be able to keep this 22 behind him. Now he's got to defend this outside lane really hard as much as he can out of turn 3 and 4. He's going to drop to the inside, not defend the outside. It's not going to matter. 22 wasn't able to get there this lap. He will be there this time. White flag in the air here from Iowa. 22, Church looking to the inside here. The 65 making contact. What a save. No, he was not. Not yet. They're still racing. That one car you see, not your leader. It is between the 65 and the 22. Out of turn 4. Church going to get the win at Iowa with the last lap pass in 3 and 4. Wow. Aaron going to finish in second. Nicholas O'Long will finish in P3. We're going to talk to him here in just a moment. Just bear with me, guys. Do some muting over here. I gotta make sure people's muted before I go in there. All right, let's talk to him. I'm not sure who that is, but we'll find out. Hopefully we talk to him too. Let's go talk to Church. Okay, first off, I gotta ask Church, how you pronounce your first name?
My name is Kiernan.
Kiernan. Okay, thank you, because I'm butchering it because I'm Southern Redneck, and, we figured it out. Anyway, man, talk about that race. It was a wild one. Man, fresh tires really paid off for you there at the end. Last lap pass, you made a little bit of contact going into one. You didn't want to pass him that way. You actually slowed down, I noticed, because you didn't want to pass him that way. But, man, that pass in turn 3 was nice.
Yeah, the fresh tires was what won it for me. Me and him were about even, and then once he pulled out to about a second and just over a second lead, I was just going to ride because it was so hard to pass and we were so even. If I just pushed it, I didn't want to destroy the car, and those fresh tires were helpful, and I didn't mean to get into them. I went in there, and I just didn't want to go to the bottom, and so I hit the brakes, and when it did, it locked up, and I got into him. So I'm glad he recovered and was able to finish the race the way we did because I didn't want to win like that.
Talk about putting a pass on here, man. I mean, it's I kind of compared it to dirt racing because you had to use all the momentum on the high side or try to get to the middle lane at least to defend and stuff like that. But talk about trying to put a pass on someone here.
Yeah, it's just really hard because you got that banking to lean on, and with fresh tires you can run the bottom a little bit, but you could still even get the run up top. But it's just so hard, especially when you start using your tires up and you try to get to the bottom, you just get loose, and when you do, you just don't want to push up and hit anybody coming off the turn, and it makes it fun, but it makes it frustrating at the same time with these cars.
For sure, man. Hey, how do you feel about heading to Martinsville? It's a lot smaller track next week compared to Iowa. We only had one yellow here tonight, late race one, but how do you feel about Martinsville? Yeah,
once we get to the short tracks, I feel a lot better at the short tracks, especially USA and Lanier at the end of the season. So hopefully you can see me up front again.
All right, man. Any shout-outs you want to give out tonight? Very fantastic win.
Yeah, I want to thank Brandon for putting this series on. I want to thank you for putting the broadcast on. I want to thank Les Schwab of Antelope, McGinnis Race Bodies, RT Painting, and that's about it, and Big Dog Transport.
Hey, man. Good job tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Next up, we're going to talk to third place, Nicholas O'Long, finishing in third place. Nicholas, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, third place not bad at all at a place that's very tough to pass. Talk through it, man. Talk through your entire night. What
Yeah, it was a long race. Just tried to play the strategy game and pit late, and tires were seemed to be a big thing, and just kept pushing the right front off, and really wasn't no good. Just feel like I finished third more on strategy than actual performance.
Talk about driving his car to. It's a little bit bigger track than what some of the super late models run on. I mean, this is, I think, the biggest track these guys have been to. I think off the top of my head, if I remember the schedule correctly. This is not your normal super late model track. Talk about the difference in that, because there's a little bit more speed that you carry, of course, compared to the shorter track. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, you really got to carry your momentum up here and just try and be as precise as possible. There's not really much room for error, and you just got to try and keep the nose clean and keep tires under it and go for it.
Well, man, you did a fantastic job here tonight. Not bad at all. Third place. You want to give shout-outs or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Brandon for putting on these races. They're a blast. I've started 2 weeks ago, I think it was, and been having fun. So good, clean racing. Thanks to the guys run it and running it clean, and it's been fun.
For sure, man. Hey, good job tonight. Hopefully we'll see you next week and see if you can get it done.
Yes, sir.
Thanks
Thank
a lot, buddy. There you go, guys. There's our top 2 interviews. Since, let's actually bring in Shannon Wilder, finished in 3rd place. Shannon, you got a copy? Shannon Wilder, you have a copy? Don't think he is here, unfortunately, so that's okay. What we'll do is let's talk to Jason Warren, because, I know him a little bit more longer. Jason, set him up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. Finished a P5 tonight after a EOL. You had a different pit strategy, I noticed, compared to a lot of these guys. Talk us through that.
Yeah, my car wasn't handling good at all tonight, and I was battling my way up a little bit, so I decided, get 4 fresh tires, maybe make up a little bit of track position, maybe pray for a caution afterwards. Caution never came, but I ended up 3rd after the pit sequence. Unfortunately, I didn't put in enough gas. I was a gallon short, so I had to go back in. So it was almost a good strategy, but unfortunately, my math sucks, and it didn't work out well for me.
Hey, I'm from Tennessee. We know all about that. One thing I got a question was, you led, now this is kind of going back a little bit, you led the most laps last week from what I've seen on the past races. Didn't win the race. You come in here, finished in 5th. Going into Martinsville, another short track. You guys was at South Boston last week, if I remember correctly. Going into going into Martinsville, I feel like you should be pretty confident going in there.
Yeah, I'm confident in basically any short track. I don't lack confidence at all. I think I'll be pretty solid in Martinsville, but we'll see. There'll be plenty of beating and banging, so we'll see what happens.
For sure, man. It's gonna be a fun one. You know how to do it, buddy. Shout outs and all that you want to give out.
Shout out to my fiance, my kids, Warren's Utility Buildings, Carports, and Garages. And shout out to Brandon and you for doing the broadcast. Shout out to my man Keith Thirst. He's got COVID. Hope he recovers.
Oh, yeah, that's horrible. I've seen you race or watch the broadcast plenty of times, so it's actually awesome to see you get in a race car. Good job tonight, man.
I appreciate
Thanks a lot, buddy. There you go, guys. There is your top interviews here tonight. Shout outs to this lead, though. I mean, that is honestly impressive. Like, you got to give credit where it's due. These guys did a fantastic job. Like, honestly, I had that one yellow, not bad. Like, say what you want, it is not bad at all. But yeah, so that's going to do it for us here tonight from Trackside Racing Network. We hope everybody had fun after a long green flag run and that one yellow that came out there at the end. It made things exciting, but it allowed Church to pick up the win. So that'll do it for us. Hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast. Y'all have a fantastic night. We'll hopefully see y'all tomorrow for the WOS CRL series. Y'all have a great night. Take care as always. For Adam Chapman, y'all have a good night. God bless.